Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about how to get rich quick flipping comic books. This is something I've really kind of wrestled with whether or not to reveal these secrets, but I think it's important that the community understand these steps and how it's possible for you, anyone, to actually get filthy stinking rich flipping comic books. The first step is you want to get something for nothing. And whether that be, you inherit a comic book collection or you buy a collection for literally nothing. So you want to be combing Facebook Marketplace, keep your ear to the streets as to try to find like an old ladies collection or somebody that doesn't really know what they have. That way you can get like the most bang for your buck and pay little to nothing. Buying collections is really the way to go because just getting like single issues and stuff, that's not how you're going to get rich quick. And guys, this is like a foolproof method. Like this is how all the top guys that have done it have done it. Once you've kind of gotten that comic book collection, you need to kind of figure out what you have. And this is where the next step comes in, and you need to start memorizing the keys. You have to memorize the blue chip keys. The blue chip keys are where all the money is. So when you're going through your collection, use like helpful things like Key Collector or other apps that tell you exactly what you have in an easy way so you don't have to do any kind of research or reading or have any like passion for the hobby at all. The next thing you want to do is kind of leverage this collection and make like a YouTube channel. So the key to this is you want to get an audience based around like collectors and people that are passionate about the hobby, and then use that and kind of leverage that, transition it, if you will, into potential buyers.
A large Marvel spec lot, not large lot, but a Marvel spec lot here. New Agents of Atlas 1, 2, and 3. So the first issue is cram-packed full of first appearances, and the second issue is the first appearance of the Swordmaster, even though his first cover appearance is on issue 1. And then why not throw issue 3 in there? I'm going to drop a starting line here, see if anybody's interested in one more good spec lot here for, well, what do you guys think? How about a $60 starting line for a group of books that go for a fair bit more than that? I think the New Agents of Atlas number 1 is like a $200 slab now.
Yeah, the number, so $60 starting bid.
Yep, and there is the timer, and Hacking Life is already in at the beginning for $60 right off the bat.
Well, because number 1 is a $50 book by itself for Sprint. 9/8 are like $200, right?
The condition on these are all near mint plus 9.4 or better, never read, right in the bag and board, right off the shelf. I never read these. These are unread copies. I read this series digitally to start. So Hacking Life is at 60, and we've got 2 minutes left on the timer. So my understanding is, number 1 comes back at 9.8. If that comes back at a 9.8 from CGC, it's like a $200 slab, and issue 2 is right up there as well.
Yep.
Kells is at 62, TCU Gamers at 65, and we've got a minute 45 left to go. Mr. Keaton says no for some reason.
No.
Tyson Hardy's at 66. We got a little bit of interest in New Agents of Atlas. I was wondering if people would be interested in this. 67 from Kells.
It's a great pickup.
Thank you, everybody still watching. We still got 96 people going strong with us right now.
Yeah.
So once your YouTube channel reaches a certain level, try to start doing some live auctions, some sales. And then once that kind of peaks or tops out, kind of move to like the big leagues of like Whatnot or eBay Live so that you can really develop like a big audience and a lot more customers. The next step is to go to cons and conventions. Get exclusives and variants, things that you could only get certain places. Then you can use those things, sell those on your Whatnot sales, your live sales, your auctions, and that way you can make your money really, really quick.
Starting this at $1. Here's the timer. This is $1 starting bid for 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15.
There we go.
Already, we're at 25 right there.
There you go, Rock.
60. Wow. Al Keaton's at 60 already.
Keaton, get those books.
I feel like he's been on like every lot tonight. That's awesome.
I love it. Thank you, Keaton, for all the support.
For all the biddings Al's been doing, I think he's only won one lot so far. So he's smart.
Hey, man, he's here. He's playing.
Yes.
He is playing. We appreciate it. We appreciate everyone who's here right now. We're at that 132, so I'm curious. I wonder if we'll crack that 150 tonight. I wonder.
We might. Thug Killer's at 75. This is once again issue 11, 12, 13, and 14. Somebody's killing the children. I believe one of these is a cameo of one of the characters.
I believe one of these is a cameo of one of the characters.
No, 16 is not in there. Unfortunately, I only got one copy of 16 because I was trying to be, good to my wallet. I don't want my wallet.
I abuse my wallet. It is not
okay, 30 seconds left to go. I'm going to get my pen out because I think Thug Comic Killer dropped the hammer on this, so I'm going to get ready to start writing this down.
Dang, 75. Holy cow. I need to go pull out my copies.
So even I might have one I want to sell now.
Right.
It's crazy how the run fill or something is killing the children have picked up steam.
It really, look at the trick. It's all there all together.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that brings me to my next step, and that's where we start the flipping. So you want to turn a $1 book into a $5 book. Now you've got to really comb, you can go to your local comic shop, go to garage sales, go to, estate sales or antique malls. Get a $1 book and turn that into a $5 book. Then, once you get a $5 book, turn that into a $20 book. Now, this is where the big money happens. Turn a $20 book into a $200 book. Now, there's a few different ways you can do this. One is like through your through your sales, hype this book up, or you have to hit it big with something that is going to be like on a movie or a show or something. But the most foolproof method of way of doing this is using CGC grading services. Find a $20 book that's in a high grade, meaning that it's, sharp corners and crispy. We love that minty crisp. Send that down there and then turn that $20 book into a $200 book overnight by getting a CGC 9.8. Once you've kind of gotten those $200 books and you're consistently selling those, leverage that into like a big key issue, a blue chip key. Once you've got that blue chip key, then you're going to start getting rich. The next step, study price trends, study top 10 lists, study like a key collector again. See what is selling. When you see something that is in the top 10, you know it's time to sell. Once you've gotten all those blue chip key issues that you've hoarded up, hoard them as long as you can. Try to get as many of them as you can. That if you've got like insider information or you've got a tip coming down the pipeline of a movie or a show coming out, that's when you sell. That's when you drop and flood the market with this stuff. Sell it for as much as you possibly can, and that way you can get rich really quickly. This is a foolproof method. Like a lot of people think that, it's so hard to get rich flipping comic books. It's so difficult. It's really not that hard. All you have to do is get extremely lucky, get something for nothing, have an extremely large amount of knowledge, work really hard flipping the books through live sales and whatnot auctions. Pretend you are something that you're not on your YouTube, abandon those people, and then leverage yourself into these live auctions. And then finally, it's going to turn into massive amounts of profit. Now, the key to this is you have to keep going. You never stop. Where you're going to these conventions, continuing to set up these massive booths in these main aisles, and you're going to prey upon the people that are the biggest collectors or the biggest fans or the people that want to get into this. This is where you can get rich really, really quick.
There's my head.
So there we go. We've got people bidding already. There's a timer. My apologies for being a little late on that. So it's got one pressable defect. Rollando's at 20. I think this book has never been opened, never been read, never been pulled out of the Mylar. It's in great shape besides that one little shipping issue that, it just didn't get taped down well enough that needs to be pressed. So you guys are getting a book at an affordable rate where you can press and clean it and send it to CGC and get it back in near mint or better condition. Near mint or better condition would be that 9.4 or better.
These people that want to put their hard-earned money to something that they love, get them. That's cha-ching. That's where the money is. That's how you can really get rich. You have to set up at the conventions and you have to take these major fees of like setting up at the convention. It's so hard. And then you've got to pay for the hotel and the gas and the food and the yada, yada, yada. But that's nothing. That's going to be chump change.
But that's nothing. That's going to be chump change.
When it comes to hitting big and getting rich. When you start really diving in and sticking it to these collectors at these conventions, that's when you're really going to see the profits. Guys, if you follow these steps, you are going to get rich very, very, very quickly. And I promise you this. I should even be telling you this. I should not have even been revealing these secrets. But guys, this is the key to getting rich quick. If at any point in time you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more. Thank you guys for watching and take care.